Friends, welcome to your channel, Generous, Gracious and Gallant. I'm your host Mohar and I'm back today with another very inspirational video for all of you. Friends, the video I brought for you on your favorite channel, Generous, Gracious and Gallant, is about Jyoti Kumari, a young Indian student from Sirholi in Darbhanga district of Bihar. She cycled 1200 kilometers carrying her injured father as a pillion rider during the COVID-19 lockdown. Inspirational, amazing, truly. I'll be sharing more about her with you shortly on the video. But before that, could I request you, please subscribe to the channel and also press the bell icon so that you get an update on every new video which I bring for you on the channel. Friends, the videos I bring for you on this channel are truly inspirational and motivational. I bring to you stories of mankind at their very best, living by the eternal human principles. These eternal human principles, such as honesty, integrity, loyalty, respect for womanhood, respect for diversity, respect for one's parents, as this story will bring out, are truly stories which are bound to inspire and motivate you. Please also share these videos with your friends and family. Request them to subscribe. Our mission is to ensure that the present and coming generations will live by the eternal human principles. This is the only way to a successful and satisfied life. I also would request that you encourage your children at your home and in your neighborhood to look at these videos. This is bound to inspire them, give them a strong moral fiber, and encourage them to live by these eternal human principles. Coming back to our inspirational Indian woman, inspirational Indian student, Jyoti Kumari. She pedaled 1200 kilometers carrying her injured father from Gurgaon in South Delhi to Sirholi, her village in Darbhanga district in Bihar. She was born in 2005. That means she was all of about 15 years old, 16 years old when she carried her injured father 1200 kilometers as a pillion rider on her cycle. Her father, Mohan Paswan, and mother is Fulo Devi. Born in a village called Sirhuli in Darbhanga district in Bihar. Her mother is a cook in Anganwadi center taking care of children, and her father was an e-rickshaw driver in Gurgaon, Delhi. Jyoti was a student. March 2020, the fateful day, on 25th March, the Indian government imposed a lockdown to contain the spread and spread of the COVID-19. It was a pandemic. Thanks to the lockdown imposed, millions were out of work. Factories were closed. Work was not there, and millions of migrant workers chose to journey back home where at least they had a support system, a roof to cover their head, they could get something to eat. In the cities, they were out of work and hungry. While some walked, others took lifts. The government had imposed a total lockdown. There was no interstate bus travel, there was no railways, and as it is, migrant workers can't afford flights. It was terror for these workers. Jyoti Kumari's father had a serious injury. He had an accident and he could not walk. On Jyoti's insistence, he put all the balance money on purchasing a cycle with a pillion. And Jyoti pedaled. They were at Gurgaon, South Delhi, and their village, Sirholi, was 1200 kilometers away in Bihar. Despite all the reluctance of her father, Jyoti insisted that she will carry her father back home. She started cycling, fighting hunger, fighting tiredness, fighting the Indian bureaucracy. Jyoti pedaled about 1200 kilometers from Gurgaon to her village in Sirholi, Bihar. They covered an average of 150 kilometers every day. Imagine this, a 15-year-old student carrying her father, a girl student carrying her father, Pilan, and cycling 150 kilometers per day. Some days they got food, some days they did not. They carried on hungry, fighting the Indian bureaucracy at the borders. At times, kind people supported them with food and rations. At other times, kind lorry drivers gave them lifts. It took them multiple hardships, multiple obstacles to overcome before they could finally reach their village. She brought her injured father back to the village where they had a support system at least, where they could sleep at night in their own place. In the cities, there was nowhere they could have survived. Back at their village in Sirholi in Darbhanga district in Bihar, they had a support system where they could at least survive. She pedaled 1200 kilometers with her father on pillion. 2021, the Government of India awarded her the Pradhan Mantri Rashtriya Bal Shakti Puraskar, recognizing her efforts. The New York Times called her a lion-hearted girl inspiring a nation. Truly, truly, Jyoti Kumari is a lion-hearted girl. And inspirational to all young women, children, men. An impossible journey, a seemingly impossible journey of 1200 kilometers. Maybe she got help on the way. People helped her with food, her father with food. Maybe sometimes lorry drivers did support her part of the journey. But imagine the journey. 1200 kilometers is not a small journey. Huge, inspirational. A young girl carrying her injured father Pilan on the cycle. Truly inspirational journey for generations to come. Friends, young girls like Jyoti Kumari will have set a mark, a standard that the impossible is not impossible, it is possible. She journeyed carrying her injured father for 1200 kilometers. Friends, I am sure all of you are inspired by these inspirational stories, motivational stories of people at their very best, living by the eternal human principles. The story of Jyoti Kumari is a story of courage, indomitable will, going against all obstacles, fighting the bureaucracy, making a difference, respect for one's parents, fighting against all odds to ensure that she carried her injured father back to her village during the lockdown, fighting the COVID-19 pandemic, battling the virus, battling the bureaucracy, an inspiration of love and respect for one's parents. I am sure these stories will serve as a benchmark for young children. Please do subscribe to the channel Generous, Gracious and Gallant, and also encourage your friends and family to subscribe. Show these movies to your children. It will guide them in their life. It will serve as an inspiration to develop their moral courage. I will be back very soon with another very inspirational video on your favorite channel, Generous, Gracious and Gallant. Till then, good luck, all the best, stay safe.